Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am so excited that you're tuning in for this incredible video. Ahead of us, we have a great full day meal prep, followed by the next full day of eating, showing what my kids eat in a day. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessica, and I am a holistic nutritionist. So as an added bonus, with all of the recipes that you're seeing today, there will be a free PDF download included in this video that outlines all of the nutrition facts for everything that we're preparing in my kitchen today. I'm thrilled to have you here, and I hope you enjoy today's video. So it's day one, and we're gonna get started by prepping our lunch ingredients for tomorrow. I'm getting started with these lentil veggie bites. These are a huge hit in my family. I have a few different versions of these that I swap in and out and that I make, but for the ones that we're preparing today, I did make them completely vegan. This easy and delicious lunch packs a huge punch when it comes to fiber and protein as well, with the lentils, and then we are preparing a potato cauliflower leek soup to eat alongside of these. Between these two recipes, we've got you covered. This lunch is right around 7 grams of protein per serving. That brings it to half of the daily value for those of us who have children under the age of 12. You'll go ahead and bake these for about 15 to 17 minutes, pull them out of the oven, flip them over, and bake them again for another 15 to 17 minutes. We really did enjoy these. However, I have to say I personally prefer them with an egg. And again, all of the recipes for everything we're cooking today will be in the description box down below. But I do prefer the taste and texture of these made with an egg. But if you do make them with an egg, you will want to squeeze out some of the water from the zucchini. There would be too much moisture that they wouldn't cook all the way through. Now we're gonna jump in while the lentil bites are cooking in the oven and get our cauliflower potato leek soup going on the stove. I like to really brown the onions and leeks together and then toss in the potato. And I'm just using frozen rice cauliflower because it's what I had in the freezer. And I was trying to go through some staple ingredients that we have. But I like to put this all in together, let it kind of brown up and soak up all of the aroma from the onions and the leeks. And then I added my vegetable broth. This is also delicious with chicken broth, but because I wanted to make this a vegetarian meal or a vegan meal, I wanted to use vegetable broth, and it was equally amazing. And while the veggie bites are to the side setting, now we're gonna go ahead and make a great and delicious snack. We're making black bean muffins, or as we like to call them in my family, cupcakes. My children absolutely devoured these, and I'm filming this the weekend before Valentine's Day, so as you'll see as we go through, I did include a couple special little treats so that my son could have them as Valentine's Day cupcakes. But these muffins could literally be enjoyed as breakfast because there's so much nutritional value in this snack. If you've never tried the Unreal M&Ms, we just buy them at Whole Foods, or you can buy them online at Thrive Market. It is shocking how much they taste like real M&Ms. We're using the dark chocolate ones here, and they're covered in like a crunchy quinoa. They are so yummy and so delicious. They don't have any of those terrible yucky food dyes, so you can feel comfortable giving them to your children. We sprinkled them on 4 or 5 of them, as I said, as a little Valentine's Day cupcake treat. My children love these ones, and they actually enjoyed them better cold versus they did warm. By this time, our soup has been on the stovetop for around 45 minutes, so I'm going to toss in my immersion blender, blend it all together, give it a good taste test, and it was so delicious. So let it cool slightly, and then I packaged it up for us to enjoy for the rest of the week. We've now made it to the end of day 1, and our last meal prep recipe that I'm doing tonight, as you can see, is the end of the night, and I'm making these protein smoothie bites, I call them. And essentially, they're just white beans and fruit with a little bit of coconut butter and a little bit of maple syrup. These are so yummy, and I absolutely love them, and the kids love them too. However, I will say, out of all of the recipes that we're making today, this one definitely has a healthier taste to it. So I just added in 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. If you think your kids might be able to pick out the beans, which if they're not used to beans, they will definitely be able to pick them out, I would recommend that you double the maple syrup and maybe cut back to 1 cup of beans or 1.5 cup of beans. And you could also increase the coconut manna, which should mask some of the taste. But all in all, just give it a taste once you've blended it together in your blender. And then once it's to your liking, toss it into some silicone molds and in the freezer for 2 hours to set. And I like to serve these cold to the kids, and they absolutely love them. It's the next day, and while yesterday you saw me in my kitchen cooking all day, it was well worth it so that today I can kind of plug and play, and I was able to use these ingredients in pre-made recipes for the rest of the week. However, breakfast is pretty simple in my house. It normally consists of a green smoothie and some avocado toast, maybe with an egg or turkey bacon. But because I've shown smoothies so frequently on my channel, I thought it would be great just to show you those protein smoothie bites, which are a great one to add into the rotation and just to have on hand in the freezer. However, we pretty much have gluten-free toast or a gluten-free bagel every single morning from Canyon Bakehouse. We love their products, and we have it with some avocado and some sprouts. This is such a great breakfast. It's high in protein and fiber. It's great with those monounsaturated fats and a healthy source of carbohydrates. Not to mention, it's rich in iron and vitamin C, along with things like vitamin B6, vitamin E, copper, potassium, calcium, magnesium, manganese, and zinc, which is very important, especially right now in cold and flu season. So while it may seem simple, like avocado toast and sprouts with these simple frozen bites, it packs a really great punch to get their breakfast started off on the right foot. well because this is a real what my kids eat in a day. Ronan refused to eat his avocado toast unless I made him an egg. So I'm pan frying up an egg for him with some avocado oil and adobo seasoning. I cut it in half and then he happily ate it. I'm filming this portion of the video on a Monday, so Ronan does go to school on Mondays. So before we head out the door to go to school, we do take all of our morning vitamins. Now that the kids have had a little bit of food and it's had time to digest, I want to ensure that I give them all of their fat-soluble vitamins before we head out the door. Everything that I'm showing you guys will be linked in the description box down below when it comes to supplements. So if you're curious about that, feel free to check those out down below. As I mentioned earlier, I am filming this portion of the eating video on a Monday, so Ronan is at school. So at this point, Sawyer and I have made it home from preschool drop-off and running a few errands, and so she's gonna have a quick, easy snack. She did sleep in quite late, so I won't be feeding her lunch before her nap. Typically, she does eat lunch around 11:30 prior to her nap, but because she slept until 7:45 and didn't eat breakfast until right around 8 or 8:15, I'll be holding off on giving her lunch until after her nap. These bear yo-yos are delicious and easy. I find them at Costco and my kids absolutely love them. Just when you thought the meal prep for this video was over, not quite. We're putting together our last recipe, and that is dinner. I'm tossing this all together while Sawyer is down for her nap, and we are making veggie loaded meatballs. My kids love these. I swap the ingredients in and out. I've showed a few different versions of these over on Instagram, but these are packed with nutrients. They're exceptionally high in fiber. They're high in healthy fat and protein. Each serving has nearly 9 grams of protein for this entire dinner. So at this point, if you have followed along and your children have consumed full servings of everything we've prepared today, we have met, and if they enjoy the black bean brownie bites as a snack after dinner, they will indeed exceed the RDA of fiber and protein with everything we've put together in today's video. Additionally, these veggie loaded meatballs are an exceptional source of iron, potassium, magnesium, copper, manganese, and zinc. Between the grass-fed beef, the quinoa, the lentils, the carrots, the onion, everything that we've added in addition to the spices and the egg, these truly can be a meal on their own. I do serve them alongside salad for my son and fruit and sprouts for Sawyer, just for that added exposure. But if they eat 1 to 2 of these, I am more than thrilled. I hope out of all of the recipes that I've shared with you today, you will most certainly give this one a try because it's a huge hit and it's so easy to throw together and have in the refrigerator. Additionally, I love to add in flax seeds anywhere I possibly can to ensure that our kids get a rich source of omega-3s, those fatty acids that are needed for the brain and bone development. And that's one thing about adding together ingredients in your home is that you can really control the iron and the potassium, and you can ensure that there's things like copper and zinc in the ingredients that you're putting together so that everything is properly absorbed. Sawyer is now up from her nap, and I wanted to show you guys the behind the scenes real life of what happens. So after I heated her lentil bites up on the stove, she was playing happily in our living room, and I walked over and I gave her one in a tiny bowl in a non-threatening environment. And as you can see here, with a mouthful of food, she happily ate it. From there, I then proceeded to put her in her high chair to show her, like, this is what we had, you just tried it, because we hadn't had these in probably 2 to 3 weeks. So when I'm reintroducing the food to her, I don't like to do it in the high chair. And now I know that goes against all of my nutritional training and what you're supposed to do, but this is just real life and what works for our family. Now we've gone ahead and picked up Ronan from school. I'm serving him some carrots and salsa and the lentil bites as an after-school snack before we go ahead and have dinner. The dinner, as you can see here, I'm serving alongside some fruit and a salad and sprouts for Sawyer. They put these meatballs down. Ronan had 3 of them and Sawyer had 2 of them alongside of her sprouts and his salad. They absolutely loved this version of these meatballs. I want to thank you all so much for watching today's video, and if you liked it, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up, and then in the comment section down below, tell me which recipe you're most excited to try. And of course, before you go, be sure to download that free PDF. It has the recipes for everything that we made today, along with the nutritional values. That way you're sure to get a peek at all the macronutrients, micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals for everything we prepared in my kitchen today.